Well, we did a lot on this, it's not really an island, is it? This little swampland. Ooh, we got some natives. Ghoulified natives. I thought they were the, creepers. Ooh, look at me. Fastest gun in the south? There's a bunch of areas we haven't explored. There's one area over there that I want to check out before we're done with this DLC, but, not much in the way of side content to do, so might as well just keep on.
Who goes there? Who lingers at the threshold of transcendence? What? No, you're doing it wrong. If you want to join, you're supposed to get into the right mindset, you know? We don't just take any recruit either. You've got to be willing to see the world a different way. You may not understand, but it's important to us. And that means you can't get in unless you've gone through the ritual. Don't worry, it's nothing big, but it really does make a difference. Much better. Wisely spoken, Initiate. Your dedication and, flexibility shall serve you well in the ritual of the Mother Seed. Venture west to the Great Bog, and within you shall find the Mother of all Punga Fruit. She stands taller than a man, and her vines guide our future. Collect her seeds, and kneel before her wisdom. Only then will you be ready to enter these sacred halls.
Quite frankly, I think these guys sound a little nutto. I do appreciate the roleplay shtick they're going with. I shall taketh thine test, and passeth with flyingeth colorseth. Well, back at school, we had an improv club, and good times, fun times. And we did games. Improv games. Pretty much, we just did games. Oh my god, I don't think this is supposed to be this bright. Oh, it's a reaver head. It's a corpse. I think it's supposed to be like, oh, it's radiated, but oh no. By the way, I'm playing this on the Xbox 360, so I can't adjust my, I can't adjust my visual settings. Because I can't. Anyway, back to the improv. Yeah, we had a improv group, and we played improv games. And most of the games we played, I would say like 90 to 95% of them were straight out of, not Compton, but straight out of, Whose Line? I'm way too far north. But this is an unmarked area that I wanted to check out. Couple cool weapons. Weird ball. Alright. Something else was supposed to be there, but it's supposed to be a Yu-Gao, which is one of those, bear type creatures. It was supposed to be like, hey, they escaped from the circus. Because, you know, bears with the balancing balls. Anyway, yeah, we played games from Whose Line, and, one of them, oh my gosh, I actually can't go any further that way. One of them were, oh my gosh, I completely forgot the game I was talking about. I've got so distracted. So, yeah, okay. Oof, okay. We called it 2x4, which was basically, yeah. I'm trying to remember it fully before I explain it. It's 8 people total, segmented into 4 groups of 2x4, and you would have one group who would start off by telling a story. There'd be 3 groups who would act or perform, I guess, more accurately, and then one group who would be off to the side telling the story throughout parts of the game. And they actually, if people are interested in the comments, we have a channel on YouTube that I can link. But you know, make a holler, and if there's enough demand, I'll put it in there. But the game, jeez, this guy's taking a walloping. One group would be off on the side telling a story. They'd start a story as characters, doing whatever, and they'd tell it for a little bit, a couple minutes, to get a setting, to get some people, to get a foundation for the story. And then you'd have a group of two come in, and they would perform. So the first two were just telling the stories like, hey, Jimbo, remember the time we did the thing? Oh, yeah, I remember you were all excited about whatever. The next two group would be like, oh, boy, Jimbo, I can't believe we're here at the store to buy that thing. Yeah, sure thing. I'm only thinking of J names for some reason. Yeah. So, the second group would actually act out the scene as if it was happening in real time. And I actually forget what their motive was. At first, we were like, hey, they were just acting out normally. But we changed it up. And they would leave. The storyteller would be like, oh, yeah, I remember this happening, too. Which would be like something happening in the scene that was added. Like the two who came to act. Oh, my gosh. All right, come on. Two who act would be like, oh yeah, we're going to buy a thing, but also we happen to be robbing the place of the. We went to go buy the thing. That was our setup, but we're actually robbing it. And then to go back to the storytellers and like, oh yeah, I remember you actually pulled out a gun and we started robbing them. And it would go between them. They would continue the story. The next group would come in and act. Remember, the first group was just acting at first. We changed it up to, I don't quite remember what. I think we actually changed it to Shakespearean, because just normal acting was kind of boring, and you know, we could all do that. Yeah, changed it to Shakespearean, which was pretty much everyone just going, seeth thy yonder establishment if to purchaseth the itemeth. It was fun. Then the next group of two who would be performing the scene would, I think, sometimes sing it, or yeah, it was pretty bad. It was always pretty bad, but it was a fun kind of bad, you know. The Kuzlan is not always the greatest, but it's always good fun. I remember a couple of variants we would use is there would be an interpretive dance. I was part of one that was, boy, it went a little haywire. Seeing what else? I think that might have been it. I'm sure there's others. I just don't remember. So the one I remember actually being in, I said dead end, but I'll slurp up some water and heal up. I remember being in. So obviously at a college show, some things it can be more mature of a show, but it also, you don't want to, you know, just go off the hinges and go completely M-rated kind of material. So we had a thing. I was part of 2x4. I was part of the three groups who would perform. I think I was the second or third group. Nice. I forget the second or third group, but that part doesn't matter. So basically, the two guys who would be performing, great guys, the two most charismatic guys in our group, they'd be telling the story, and at one point they were like, "We're gonna have a picnic." And then the two guys come out who would be performing the scene would be like, "Yeah, we're having a picnic," and they'd like sing or whatever. But at one point they were like, "Let's stare at the sun for some reason." Oh no, now we're blind. And then my friend and I, Frank, who were going up next, were like, "What what are we gonna do? Because our part was interpretive dance, which means no talking and just movement. So we were like, this is gonna be pretty bad. And then after those two left, and then the storytellers continue the story, we actually had a. I mean, it's a college campus. There's kids with disabilities, of course, but we had a kid, one of the more popular blind kids. One of them sat behind them, pretty much almost directly behind the two telling the story, and that, I think, made it worse. I mean, if he just showed up and was in the audience and like, ooh, pulling the collar, my shirt. But the fact that he sat like right behind them, boy, I've never seen the guy so nervous telling the story. So yeah, Frank and I had a pantomime dancing blind. It basically just ended up with us twirling around and feeling each other up, as it usually does in college. You get a lot more comfortable with friends in the college. I'll tell you that. You might think now, oh, I would, never touching another boy. Well, I was hugging people all over the place. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do, how to follow that up, but no, improv's good. I guess I should have a moral to the story, or salvage some kind of moral story to these random stories. Join improv, try new things, expand your horizon, build new talents, skills, build new skills, try things out. And if you have the chance to join improv, do it. Even if you're not good at it, which honestly quite a few people in our group weren't, try it. If you have fun, keep at it. Because even if you're not good, you can get better. It really is. They talk about improv being, it's kind of a wacky, whimsical, off the top of your head kind of thing. But there's, science behind it. It's very rude of you. I'm actually trying to drink here. There's science behind it. There's rules behind it. I know. Oh, my nose is itching so bad right now. We always say that one of the rules is that there is no rules, but we also, oh my gosh, I just need a minute, guys. But we're all also like, that's kind of garbage, because you need some kind of rules here. Obviously rules like, don't be political, don't be, over vulgar, and, don't be too raunchy, don't be too, not dramatic, but like, violent, stuff like that. And, those are like, I would say, like a surface level of knowledge of, don't be a jerk. The yes and, which is like one of the number one rules. If someone presents a gift of, let's take, Jim and, try not to use an actual name, say Jim and, all I can think of J names. What's wrong with me? Alright, let's go, oh my gosh. All I can think of J's. Alright, Greg. Alright. Jim and Greg. Still pretty similar. Jim's like, they're in the scene, they're talking, like, oh, hey, Greg, how's it going? Oh, pretty good, Jim, how about you? Oh, not bad. It's, kinda would be better if we weren't stuck in the back of this police car after, trying to rob that old lady. And then that's the gift to player 2. Greg, I think, is what I named him. Greg, his gift, he takes, what you do is you take the gift. I mean, unless it's absolutely horrible, like, oh, hey, we started the scene, now you're dead, or something like that, or something really terrible, like, oh, hey, by the way, I didn't know you were Hitler. Obviously, some things are okay to be fair. I'm like, I'm not Hitler, I'm just German, nice of you to joke about that. And sometimes saying no to a gift can work too, but if the gift's really Oh, that was nice. Really bad, or really gonna lead the scene down a really, really bad turn. Like, oh, by the way, you're Hitler now. You want to not take it, but anyways. So Jim says to Greg, "Oh yeah, it'd be better if we weren't stuck in the back of this police car for robbing that old lady." And then that's Greg's mark to go. Back of a police car. Last time I checked, we were in the line for a bank. Then he completely took the gift and changed the scene, and that takes people out of it and ruins the immersion for the audience. But a more correct way of going about that is, oh yeah, stolen from the old lady. Well, she shouldn't have. I don't know. Well, she had prescription drugs we needed or something like that. I don't know. But you obviously want to be like, yeah, we did do that thing. And then try to add upon it. And you'd add and build upon a scene like you would add and build upon, a building. Brick by brick. Joke by joke. Oh, now that we got a little high. That's a big plant, though. Fed a lot of goodies. That's, I collected all the bobbleheads there. Activate bobblehead intelligence. What does it say? Vault? Tech? Yeah, weird. It's a Schmalt Tech limited edition. Tisk walked right into another trap. Exactly how stupid are you? Is someone trying to talk to me? I don't know, but I feel a little weird. Yeah, moral of the story. That's like surface level improv. I don't know, this one situation you're not going to be able to fight your way out of. Oh no, it seems like someone's taking advantage of our corpse. Well, I wouldn't say corpse. Tree violence. Okay, that's a little kooky. Yeah, that's just some like surface level stuff, and obviously rule of 3, using the same motif in a scene. You want to use it to 3 times. But any more than that, keep it up. You're almost there, wherever there may be. Okay. You want to keep up the motif 3 times. Oh, that's not good. And no more than that. I mean, obviously, there are exceptions to the rules everywhere. Doing it more than 3 times can work. But you want to hit it at least a minimum of 3 times. A certain joke or motif. I can't really give any good examples without, like, explaining the whole scene, but you'll know after some experience. Nuka-Cola don't grow on trees. Oh boy, if it did. Huh. Oh, that's spooky. That actually spooked me a little bit. Isn't it fun how everything you get close to ends up leaving? Ooh, that's rough. And, I guess some examples of... Oh, the dollies are moving. Of, some more... I guess the, sand could be a more deeper level kind of thing. I don't know, it's just, it's a thing that takes practice and experience. Huh, doesn't look right at all. Kind of bizarre. Honestly, I could go on for a couple hours about, ooh. I could go on for hours about, improv and what I learned and what I knew. And, I don't know, that could be a fun little podcast if people were ever interested in it. I know I got a couple friends, not who weren't in that, but... Oh, no, it's my mommy. Look. Oh, that's rude. But, I know I got a couple friends who, weren't part of that group, who were part of improv and stuff. It's just a basic settler. Oh no, it's my girlfriend from the vault, and it's Captain Steel Brotherhood, and it's that lady from the one quest.
Congratulations, my boy. You're going to pull through, and everything will be right as rain. No, don't try and get up yet. You'll only hurt yourself.